Testing. Testing, testing. GPU power. GPU usage.
Brian Garrett says it's a cat. Never mind, it disappeared again.
Cat, huh? Let's see. See, GPU usage. Percent. That's 83. Okay, well, let's what I didn't start yet. Okay, YouTube's going, Twitch is going, Trouble's going, Kick is going. Guess it's time to throw in the TikToks. Okay. Alright, TikTok is going. I was just curious, checking my GPU. You know, because I got the AI going and everything. Alright, let me kind of move this out of the way for a sec. Okay, so
John Clapper says, "Hi Pro, good to see you again."
hi, John.
John Clapper says, I hope you're doing okay.
Yeah, doing good, doing good. Let's see, I've got fan speed is up to 37%. GPU temperature is 57 degrees Celsius, 58 degrees Celsius. Holding steady there between 57
John
and 58
Clapper
degrees
says that's
Celsius.
good, I'm glad to hear.
Yeah. Says GPU usage is hovering around 80%. Well, you know, it's keeping it busy. Keeping it busy. Not pegging it. That's good. That's not pegging it. So I'm not overclocking the GPU clock. I'm overclocking the memory, the GPU memory a little bit, just a smidge. Okay. Alright, so I think I can just keep that running. I guess I can. I can just minimize it, get it out of the way. Double check. Okay, well, I mean, TikTok appears to be working. I don't know if it let anybody know that
John
I'm live
Clapper
yet.
says, "Pro, I have a question for you."
Sure, what's your question?
Thanks for the screen tapping, Kai Bannon.
Oh, there's Kai.
John Clapper says, I don't know if it'll go through.
Oh. I'm going to have bad words in it. Yeah, you can't rely on TikTok stats. Okay, there it goes. Now it says the 0 changed to a 1. A long time
Thanks
after
for the
Kai
screen
joined.
tapping, Kai Bannon.
Thank you. Thanks so much, Kai. $10.50 already. Gosh darn it. I thought it was gonna be early, but oh, I know what happened. My wife had a bunch of stuff for me to do. That's what happened. That's what happened.
John Clapper says, well, there's this old kid show back in the 1980s. I'm wondering if you heard of it.
Taiwan Edit says
Thanks
hi.
for the screen tapping, Kai Bannon.
Oh, hello, Tyler. Gosh, there was a lot of kids shows in the 80s.
John Clapper says if it didn't go through, I'll spell it out.
They said there was an old kids there. Old kids.
Taiwan Edit says, how's your night?
John
Looking good.
Clapper says Z.
John Clapper says oh.
John Clapper says
Thanks
B.
for the screen tapping, Kai Bannon.
John Clapper says I.
John Clapper says Lee.
John Clapper says Z.
John Clapper says OO.
No, I've never heard of that. Unless you're misspelled something. I mean, it was
Thanks for the screen tapping, Kai Bannon.
John Clapper says, what does that spell?
Well, I'm not gonna try to pronounce that. But there was a show called Zaboomafoo. I'm not sure if that's what you're trying to do, but yeah, Zaboomafoo was a kids show. It's like a lemur, like it wasn't a real lemur. It was kind of like a puppet lemur.
Thanks for the screen tapping, Kai Bannon.
John Clapper says no, it's from the 80s, not the early 2000s.
Andrew Reeves 491 says hi.
Hello.
Race Cleveland says Pat's head.
Andrew Reeves 491 says, can you come here?
Come where? Come where? What are you talking about?
Thanks for the screen tapping, Kai Bannon.
Yeah, I can't say.
John Clapper says you want me to send it to you on Messenger?
You can send me. I haven't heard of that show before.
Andrew Reeves for 91 says to the screen.
To the screen. Oh. You mean you want me to magnify my camera?
Thanks for the screen tapping,
Andrew
Kai
Reeves
Bannon.
491 says please.
Okay, give me a second. Okay, I'm just checking all my GPU stats and everything. They seem to be working okay. All right. I can zoom in if that's what you want.
Thanks for the screen tapping, Kai Bannon.
There's nobody here right now, so I guess we can go ahead and zoom in. Once people start showing up, and usually people show up, I can zoom out a little bit.
Andrew Reeves 491 says boops.
Oops. Okay. Yeah, I'm in my spooky world again.
Andrew Reeves 491
Thanks for the
says I
screen
have
tapping,
to.
Kai Bannon.
So yeah, it's like
Wheelie Husky says hi everyone.
oh hey Wheelie, hey Wheelie. How's it
Andrew
going,
Reeves
Wheelie?
491 says you too cute.
No, thank you. Yeah, I've been doing some playing around with
Thanks for the screen tapping, Kai Bannon.
red note.
Andrew
or
Reeves
little,
491 says you are.
or a little red book, or the I can't pronounce the Chinese word yet. Maybe I'll get there. But a lot of people know it as red note. I got a account over there. Posted a bunch of stuff. Getting some interactions. Oh, getting some interactions, I probably have 40, 50 followers so far. Not all of them are friends. I mean, original friends from TikTok. Some of them are. King of all Cosmos is over there. Admiral Midnight is there.
Willie Husky says I love you so much. Progressive body, red hat, yellow hat, blue hat, black hat, white hat.
Oh, thank you, Wheelie. I love having you here too. Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
John Clapper says, okay, I just sent you an image.
Okay. Then maybe I can recognize it by seeing it. I don't know. We'll see.
John Clapper says hope it went through.
Yeah, the 80s, I was in college. Most of the years in the 80s. I wasn't watching a lot of kids shows. I was in college working on my computer science degree.
Wheelie Husky says or blushes, I always feel so loved when I'm here.
Oh, well, you are. That's one thing I definitely try to do. I try to have a very welcoming environment. I love to have everybody here. It's a safe place. It's a safe place. So if you want, I can tell you guys what I've learned about China so far in the Red Note app.
Willie Husky says hiya John Clapper.
So I've had some conversations with people in China. It's really interesting.
John Clapper says hi Wheelie Husky.
They're extremely friendly and welcome. And someone actually took the guidelines, the community guidelines, and converted them to translate them to English and made them in like the little slides. It was really easy to read, really easy to follow. It was nice. I followed that guy who did that, and that the rules compared to these platforms in the US make a lot more sense. They make a lot more sense.
Welcome, Cosmes, to the Geek Mafia.
Oh, welcome. Oh,
the Geek got a new follower. Time for a shock.
Thanks for the follow. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I'm not wearing the normal blue shirt. This is called the comfy clothes outfit. It's kind of a hoodie and kind of shorts. It's better. It doesn't have the animation on it. Maybe I'll touch this shirt up so I have like animations and stuff on it too at some point. It's pretty plain right now, but it's kind of nice for, especially if you want to sit down on the stream. It works a little better. Okay. One thing I'll say about China, the furry fandom is very strong over there. There is so much. Wow, so much in the furry fandom over there in China. And it's super impressive either. The outfits are crazy good. I don't know. they've got money to spend on that stuff. I mean, they go all out on that over there. It's simply amazing what I see over there on that app. The other thing you see a lot on Red Note are red panda videos. So many red pandas. There's cats too, but oh, the red panda videos are so freaking cute. You know, because they got red pandas in
Wheelie
China.
Husky says, "I sure there are many, many more furries out there in China, as well other countries around the world."
Oh yeah, and not only that, there has not been one single troll over there. Not one. And looking at the rules, trolling is actually against the community guidelines. Believe it or not. How many times, okay, everybody in chat, how many times has somebody reported a troll on TikTok, and then TikTok says, oh, there's no violation? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. I'm raising my hand. Almost every time. Report a troll. TikTok says, oh, there's no violation. Over on Red Note, oh, you better believe it's a violation. They even consider like questioning a creator in a kind of an ill-mannered way, you know, with an ulterior motive intent. They consider that a violation. Imagine that. Wow. Imagine that. It makes things nicer. You know, it's really kind of a breath of fresh air, I have to admit. You know, no matter what happens over the weekend, I'm gonna stay on I'm gonna stay on
Willie Husky says,
Red
I know
Note.
of at least one furry from Iceland and maybe one other furry in China.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's really nice over there. So, I mean, I'll keep doing TikTok for sure, you know. I'm just adding another platform to my repertoire. And I did a little experiment today. I took that beer pong video, which everybody finds so hilarious, and I shortened it up a bit. Cut some other stuff out of it that I thought we could do without, and I put bilingual captions, closed captions in it, including you know, simplified Chinese, simplified Chinese. And yeah, I posted that over there. I also posted that over here. And I have a lot of new fans who haven't seen that video yet, but they're seeing it and liking it. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun that night. Yeah. So the other thing I found is there's a lot of comparison going on. So you know the government didn't want us to talk about things on this app. Well, guess what? Guess what? Over there on Red Note, where people are talking to people, have dialogues going with people in China, and oh man, the things, healthcare, man, number one topic, or there's a big topic over there. Let me just say that there's a lot of people in China are flabbergasted how bad we have it over here in the USA. They just can't understand it. As an example, people were commenting saying, hey, you know, they had an emergency, took an ambulance trip to the hospital. The ambulance cost them $10,000. $10,000 freaking dollars. And the people in China are just like beside themselves. They said, well, so there was one person that did videos over there. He did research there in China. He said he picked the most expensive city. I forget which city it was. He picked the most freaking expensive city to live in China. If you have an emergency, you need an ambulance. $100. $100. Crazy. And I won't go into all the detail, but the cost of having a baby here is
Elizabeth
astronomical.
Thornto 8 says, hey.
Hey, Elizabeth. The cost of having a baby here in the United States is astronomical, especially if you have any kind of issues, like if it's a preemie or anything. Somebody was posting they had like a $1 million medical bill from it. and some of that is like from like doing a C-section and stuff. And people over in China's like, what? You're kidding. A C-section in China at most costs $1,000. Just, that's it. So I'm not going to go into great detail and labor on that. I'm just giving you a taste of the conversations that are happening there. Oh boy. People are making connections with people in China on the Red Note app. I think it's wonderful. I think it's great. They're so freaking friendly. I mean, we kind of invaded the space, and millions of people went over there, including myself. I had to see what it was. People in China are making videos explaining to Americans, what things are, what the comment shortcuts mean, because they have like for one thing, they I forget what they call it, but the number 6, the sixes, if they put sixes in a comment, it means they really love your video. There's people in China who are creating all these videos explaining to us how to interpret everything. I think it's super fantastic. It's wonderful. The great connections that are being made there. It's fantastic. I might do some videos on it, especially on the rules.
Elizabeth Thornto 8 says, never knew that, LOL.
Yeah. Oh, now it's okay. It's a little cumbersome. You install the app. Now, there's a lot of Americans using the app now, and I heard the engineers that do the Red Note app, they're hard at work trying to get things better translated into English, because right now the app is kind of half translated in English. And a lot of times what I end up doing is I'll take a screenshot of the comments or the applications. Okay, it'll save it on my phone. I will load it up. I'll open it up into Google Photos, because I have an Android. So Google Photos. Google has a thing called Lens, so I don't really particularly use. I click on Lens, but I don't really use the Lens for like searching or thing. But when you click on Lens, a little sort of button hovers over it called translate, and you click on translate, and it'll translate all the text on that screenshot. And yeah, that helps a lot. And you can makes it so you can read comments on your videos, and then you can use Google Translate to craft a response. And I don't know Chinese, but I'm having conversations with Chinese using Chinese simplified Chinese text. It's wonderful. And what else? Oh yeah. so one of the things that
progressive.
One of the things I'm trying to figure out how to do is how to live stream to RedNote. And you can live stream. Now it looks like I can live stream on the phone with my camera, but I heard, or I read, I should say, that the way they have it set up is that you have to have a Chinese ID. Verify. Just like TikTok does. We have to upload your driver's license or passport or whatever to do the verification thing. Same thing. It's but they're geared towards the Chinese ID kind of thing. And that's how they know, you're a real person, or when you do these live streams. I think they're trying to set it up so that you can.
Marika says, "Hi Geek, happy smiley and going to school now."
Oh, nice. Good luck at school. Hi, Gothic girl. And
what was that? Cyber?
No, that was Merricker. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. They're going to school now, so they're like they're not in this country. They're in a different time zone. It's actually morning for them, so they're getting ready for school.
Oh, nice. Enjoy.
And yeah, really cool conversations happening over there. And did I mention the furry fandom is strong over there in China? Oh my god, it's so strong. There's so many. So many. It's so many so much fursuiting, and I thought they have different techniques than at least the fursuiters I follow here in the US. They have stuff that looks similar, but they also have these heads that almost look ceramic. I'm not sure what they're made out of, but this, like, I don't know. It's pretty amazing. And one of them had an electric tail. They had a tail that would wag, that I saw earlier today. It was pretty fascinating. And yeah, not a single troll. Everybody's extremely polite. Now, what was funny was, like I said, I was trying to figure out how to live stream, and so I was clicking around, and I loaded up the RedNote, or I'm not gonna try to say the Chinese word, up in a web browser on my computer, and of course it's no English in that. They didn't translate any of that, so I was kind of clicking around. I got logged in finally, clicking around, trying to figure stuff out, making, trying to translate text and stuff using Google Translate. Figured out kind of where you go to the live stream. There's like a subdomain, well, a URL subdomain. It's like another application, web app, or where you do your live streaming from. Redline or something. It was something like that. So I was playing around with that a little bit. But there's also this. I clicked on this thing that was like accounts, and it's like, and it had this padlock thing on it, and it had this text, Chinese text in it, and of course the middle of the text was red, and it's like, I clicked on it, and it's like, and it looked like it did something, but I'm not sure what. Well, anyway, earlier today, I'm looking at the phone app, and it says I got a system notification from Rednote, and I thought, uh-oh, did I do something wrong? I didn't know, so I screenshotted it, translated it, and it said, said my request to see the creator statistics page was approved. It's like, oh, is that what I did? I clicked on this thing and I requested to see statistics. Okay, that's cool. And so I clicked on it, and I could actually see statistics. And they had this interesting, I should screenshot it, but they had this interesting kind of 2D graph, right? And it had like these different dots on this graph, and you could and it was all in Chinese. So I screenshotted the chart and all the text around it and translated it with Google Translate. I think I saw Retro join. Oh, he's probably behind me. Okay. And it was telling me statistics. And
Braden Wavercan says you.
And the statistics actually look pretty good. It was telling me that
Braden Wavercan says ITS been so long.
Oh, it was showing me that that I was way above average in a lot of stuff and getting engagement. It's like, well, that's good to know. It's good to know. Yeah, it was crazy. Okay, I need to turn. Okay, there we go. Turn off nameplates makes it a lot easier.
Peekaboo.
Okay, I'm gonna back out the Zoom since I got other people with me now.
Braden Waverkin says, how are you doing?
Good, good. There, now we can see people on the stream. Okay. Before it was just my face. Now I can see others here.
That's.
Oh, and
Braden Waverkin says, do you remember me?
Oh. I wish I had a dime for every time I heard that. If you want, Dave Finn, you can turn over there. There's a button called Collisions. You can turn that on, and then you won't be sitting inside the couch. You'll be on top of it. There you go. There you go.
Magic.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of people, they change their
Braden
name.
Wavercan says, I told you about my surgery last time in your stream. It's on your channel.
Oh, okay. I remember now. Okay, yes. You had the fireworks burns, right? That's what it was. Yeah, hopefully you recovered well from that. Yeah, if you give me a little context, I'll remember. I have to have context. I can't just have a simple sentence. Do you remember me?
Braden Wavercan says spine surgery, loudly crying face, folded hands.
Do you remember?
Oh, he had spine surgery. Oh, okay, sorry. I had a couple of people talk to me about surgery. Somebody really burned themselves up with fireworks. Yeah, okay. So how did that go? How did your spine surgery go? Did it go well? You had like the fusing going on with the rods, right?
Braden Wavercan says pretty well. I'm recovering fast. I can walk again.
Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, my dad had that done. He like, you know, was doing some roofing work at the house and didn't, you know, put on any safety equipment and stepped on a piece of plywood that wasn't nailed down, and yeah, he ended up getting rods and not all of his spine, but part of his spine. He got steel rods put in, and he gets around pretty well. I mean, you lose some flexibility, but he's doing good too. I heard Wheelie in the chat. Are you enjoying Wheelie?
Oh yeah, earlier when I was on VR Progressive, my computer was doing a few weird
Oh, was it?
stuff. Yeah. I had to like reset it, it's like a style.
Braden Wavercan says my hip is bad now, so they are setting me up for physical therapy. And I finally am allowed to take the bandage off. There is a massive scar. I had the surgery at Vanderbilt.
Oh, yeah. Some of those hip injuries can be really bad because when my dad fell off the roof, you know, he broke his pelvis, and you know that can breaking a pelvis can actually finish you off. It can, because there's a lot of big blood vessels that go in that area, and fortunately he survived all that. It was he didn't think he was going to, but you know, it was feeling pretty bad, but they gotta put back together. They rebuilt him.
Braden Wavrakan says I'm sorry that happened to your dad. Sad face.
Oh, it's okay. It turned out good. The only thing that was kind of different after my dad went through that, I used to go hunting with him. You know, we would never get anything, but we'd go deer hunting, you know, bow hunting basically, which is a lot of fun, you know. Just being in the woods, you know, it was just fun being in the woods with your dad, you know, just going around. Uh-oh, I happened to write the retro crash. Oh, come back, retro, come back.
Retro's still online. I think he went to go do something
did
with
he?
a friend or something.
Okay, all right, okay. Well, you know that.
I'm just suggesting that.
You know, well, yeah, I mean, it's fine if you had to do that. That's fine. You are allowed to do that. You don't have to stay here. It's just, you know, I like the company. Let's see, what was I? Oh yeah. So yeah.
Braden Wavrican says, yeah, I understand. Me and my mom and dad would go kayaking in the woods and fish and sometimes hunt. I love nature.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And of course the bow hunting season, you know, this was in Michigan, right? So there used to be some snow on the leaves, and so we have, you know, you'd be wearing your hunting outfit, you know, with the orange camouflage orange stuff, and we used to have like these, I think they went out of business, but there was like these zip lighter things. There was these metal things that they were filled with like butane or something, and you'd light them, and it'd be like a really tiny flame, and you put them in a pouch and put them in your clothing, and it would keep you warm. Those things were fascinating. I remember this was a number of years ago, quite a few years ago, that heard they were going out of business, and so we went and bought some of those. I have them around the house here somewhere. I bought some, the last ones you could get before they went out of business. Yeah. A lot of memories. The other thing I did with my dad is he would, we had this big wood burning stove, and we used to use it a lot he home built it. He was a welder. He did the welding job at the factory for a while, so he was an expert welder. He welded this whole heater just from scratch out of this sheet iron, pieces of iron. Welded the whole thing together. And we burnt wood in it. It worked pretty darn well. And we would go to the woods, and we got like a license to go in the woods to clear out like fallen trees and stuff. We go there and cut up the stuff and bring it home in the truck and split.
Braden Wavercan says that's actually funny because my mom made one too.
Oh, yeah, and then my dad made his own log splitter too. He had the hydraulic cylinders and crafted a blade for it and everything. And you put the log in, and split it. He kind of worked on that and perfected it for a while. It's hydraulic. Yeah, we used to split the wood, stack it, season it. Yeah, it was quite a thing. Yeah. Boy, that thing, we could throw that wood in there, and that thing would get cherry red hot too, if you really loaded it up. It would heat the whole house because we had it in the basement, right?
I see you got a sweater on.
Yeah, so I got this outfit. I haven't wore it very often, but I thought this would this outfit would work better. It's called comfy outfit, and it's good for like
Braden Waver Kane
sitting.
says, I understand the convenience, but if you chop with an axe, it gives you almost perfect
but I
back
think it's
muscles.
perfect for you to wear that because it's winter time and those sound sweater.
Yeah, using an axe definitely.
I think you should have worn that sweater in November, probably back in November.
Oh yeah, and I still have to work on this. I have to dress it up a little bit. I mean, this is the standard texture that came with the comfy outfit. And yeah, I'll be certainly swinging the axe. And we did have like we had an axe, and we also had this thing called a wedge that you'd pound in, and you'd use like a sledgehammer or whatever, for the really big logs. Some of the logs we would take out of the forest were pretty darn big circumference-wise.
Braden Wavercan says, I was told I can't be a boxer because of my surgery. That's what I wanted to do in life. Sad face.
Oh yeah, boy, yeah. With that kind of spinal surgery, yeah, you don't. I know you might have wanted to do that, but I mean, the risk of getting seriously injured with those kind of surgeries is too high. You probably can't play football or anything like that either, because that would definitely be dangerous when you have like the steel rods put in. You just don't have the flexibility, right? You'd break something for sure. But just keep looking. You might find another passion.
Braden
And that-
Wavercan says I can play soccer through, and I was told after 5 years I can play football again.
Oh, really? Oh, you can? Oh, well. That's pretty darn good then. I wouldn't have expected that. But okay. If the doctor say that. Power to you. Just be careful. Just be careful. Just be careful.
Braden Wevrakan says, did you play any sports?
You know, I was not really into sports that much, but I did play Little League Baseball as a kid, and I didn't do the football thing, but I did play in the marching band. So I was at the football games, and I played saxophone, and I would go out in the field on halftime. In halftime, we would march and do, different things out in the football field, different formations and stuff, and then not during halftime, we would be in the bleachers playing the rah-rah songs, cheering on the team, with the music. Oh man, some of the things our band director tried to get us to do on the field that turned into utter failures. And I'm sure the audience had no clue what we were trying to do out there, but I remember one little thing we were supposed to do is so there was some of the people, and this was including me, we were supposed to be marching and making the outline of a football that was going across the field and tumbling like this. It was a total failure. It did not look like a football. It was just a mob of us just trying to march and try to do this football thing, but we didn't come even close. Oh man.
Oh yeah, Progressive, I got some good news too.
What's your good news?
Braden
Yeah.
Wavercan says, I used to play baseball too. I was on a team, but I gave up because they kind of made me the one position I didn't want to. I can also play the drums.
So I haven't set it up yet, but I am gonna set it up maybe on Thursday, later on today, on Friday.
Okay.
Yep. So if something does happen, God forbid, I will go to take a Twitch and watch your streams from there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm always on Twitch too. I'm always on
Tiger
YouTube.
Guard Rainbow says, hey, you too.
Oh, hey.
I think Twitch is gonna
Hey,
be much
Tiger
better
Guard.
because YouTube is just like, it's a little.
I think Tiger Guard, I think I saw that you're on the
Braden Wavercan says, sorry for interrupting. It's a little delayed for me.
Oh. Yeah, it'll be a little delayed. But yeah, you play the drums. That's cool. Yeah, I think I saw that you're on Red Note too, Tiger Guard. I'm not sure if we're following each other yet on Red Note. But we should. We should. I was talking about that earlier. Maybe I'll take some clips of what I was talking about earlier.
Tiger Guard Rainbow says yes, I just created it yesterday, Bean.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm making headway on it,
Braden Wavercan says I'm gonna click you link RQ. I'll be RB.
Okay. And, yeah, I'll need to put that in my link tree. I'll have to add that to my link tree, a link to the... Because no matter what happens, I think I'm going to keep that account over there. I'm really enjoying conversing with the Chinese there, and I'm doing the multilingual closed captioning. I put a video over there that has Chinese captioning in it. You know, it's kind of fun. Yeah. Oh yeah. You're right. You're Canadian, so you're not losing it.
Tiger God Rainbow says I'm Canadian, so I'm not losing TikTok.
So it's
Tiger God Rainbow says it is fun on Red Note.
Oh yeah, it is. It's a lot of fun, but you know, nobody knows what's gonna freaking happen. I think the government here is panicking because people, a whole ton of people went over to Red Note just in case, and they're like me, they're finding they like it over there. Now I'm not giving up on
screen tapping Tiger Guard.
Now I'm not giving up on TikTok by any means. It's just, you know, we don't know what's going to happen because
Braden Wavercan says in back.
Oh hi, hello.
We pretty much got up until Friday to hear the
Yeah,
final news.
so and there's different things I've heard, right? Of course, the original assumption was that they were
Tiger
just
Guard Rainbow says funny thing there's more apps coming soon that will hinder their efforts too.
Yeah, and then I'm going to be a beta tester for the Neptune app as well. Yep.
Tiger Guard Rainbow says Neptune and favorite.
Oh, favorite. Yeah, I'm on favorite. I do have a favorite account, but I haven't figured out how to stream. I've heard that you can do game streaming on it, maybe, but I haven't figured out how to do it yet. So it's just sitting. I have an account, but it's just sitting there right now. I don't live stream to it right
Braden
now.
Wavercan says, what is Red Note?
Okay, so Red Note, you can find it in the App Store.
Tiger Guard Rainbow says Eve already got my Neptune username saved.
Yep, I do too. Got my Neptune username reserved. Progressive Geek, of course. Yeah, Red Note is... So, you know how the government keeps saying, oh, you know, it's a Chinese app, you know, Chinese are stealing your data. Well, TikTok isn't really, it really isn't a Chinese. All of our data here is in the United States. They store all of our TikTok data is in the United States. There are thousands of TikTok employees right here in the United States. Of course, I live in Washington State. A lot of the TikTok employees are about 20 miles from my house, roughly, maybe less. They're in Bellevue. They TikTok. So when a lot of us Microsoft employees
Tiger
started
Guard Rainbow
working from
says I
home,
gotta go to bed, but he'll search you up on Red Note.
Okay, Tiger Guard, you have a good night. There's a lot of employees working here, TikTok employees working here in Bellevue, Washington. They took over one of the
Braden Wavercan
buildings.
says, I thought TikTok was sold to an American company.
Well, it's not. Okay, so sold to American company. It's much more complicated than that, right? So the government says, oh, they need to sell it, but you know, 80%, 60s, 80% of even ByteDance, a lot of it's held by, you know, I think BlackRock, you know, all these holding investment firms, you know, and a lot of them are American. You know, it's ridiculous. It's just all smoke and mirrors. It's all a bunch of BS, you know. But anyway, Red Note is an actual Chinese app built for people in China.
Braden Wavercan says they are violating a few of our rights by taking away TikTok.
Yes, they are. The government claims they're not, but they definitely are. Not only it's not just text, it's not just freedom of speech either. There's a lot of people who their main source of income comes from TikTok. They make money. I mean, that's what they get their money off of TikTok, either through the TikTok shop or doing content. Now I don't make money. This is a money pit for me. It's cost me way more money than I get out of it. But I'm thinking maybe someday, maybe I'll break even and maybe start making a little bit. But there are people who make a lot more on this app, and yeah, the government's gonna kind of screw everybody, and plus the amount of money that's exchanged on TikTok through the shops, people buying stuff and subscriptions and the creator program, that TikTok has going on. It's a fairly decent chunk of the gross domestic product of the United States. So you're basically, if you shut down TikTok, you're actually taking a chunk out of the United States economy too. So it's kind of a big freaking deal, and that's why I think people in Congress, I don't know where their head was at. I mean, they bow to their masters. Whoever's Zuckerberg, who didn't want the competition, and APAC, who doesn't want all the videos coming out of Gaza. There's a lot of outside forces that were trying to force the government, and successfully so, to do this ban. But people in Congress, I think, are having buyer's remorse. They're kind of panicking. They're kind of like having this, oh, what did we do moment, right? I think they're coming to that, and that's why you might see some videos of Congress people trying to stop the ban. It's like, what did they think they were doing when they were voting for the thing in the first place? And Joe, he just goes and signs it, Hello. Hey, cheating. So, they created this mess.
Brayden says, what's crazy is that we are gonna see a bunch of TikTokers either moving to Shorts, or could even be working at places like McDonald's.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, people who make their money, so I'm not saying it's going to happen. Nobody's knows exactly what's going to happen. And I've heard conflicting stories, which I'll get into in a minute. But yeah, a lot of people, it's their main income.
I heard the ban.
Braden Warvercan says taking their income. That's gotta be illegal.
That the ban on TikTok may never happen. That is all just
okay. So let me run down the possibilities as
Tie-dye
I see
says
it.
hi, Geek.
Oh, hi, Tie-dye. Okay, so what people originally thought was that, okay, it's going to be removed. It's going to be removed from the Play Store, right? So people were saying, okay, well, you'll still be able to use it, but it will just gradually degrade because you won't get the updates. Okay, and then earlier today, I heard the story, not really confirmed. So one of the things that TikTok said in the court proceedings is that if the ban goes through, TikTok would go dark. And of course, the Supreme Court justice says, well, what do you mean going dark? And the TikTok people tried to explain, the lawyer tried to explain that not only does it get removed from the Play Store app, but that no services can provide access to the app. Okay, so that's very generic. What do they mean by services? Do they mean like even your internet provider?
Tie-dye says, should I sleep?
Basically, you can't access.
I got sick.
Basically, they're just removing access.
So the service. Okay, so let me finish. I'm going down the things that could happen. They're saying that the services could not support it anymore, which could be your ISP. So maybe you can get around that by doing the VPN kind of thing. But it's even more complicated than that, because the next story I heard was that TikTok was planning to shut down the servers, the servers that are here in the United States on Sunday. On Sunday, shut down the servers. What does that mean? That means we will lose all access to our videos. And the way the story goes is that what'll happen is it's a game of chicken, right? The stuff was shut down, and people in the United States, when they load up TikTok, what I heard is that they'll get a message saying to contact Congress, to basically contact your congressman to get all the stuff turned back on again. And that's not completely far-fetched, okay? But just let me finish. And there's a guy who I followed TikTok, and he's doing a ton of research to try to prepare for this, right? He's like, okay, these are the 3 apps I downloaded, and one of them gets sets up an eSIM capability on your phone, and he's using an iPhone, right? My Android has a built-in eSIM. But he
Anyway, I'm gonna go. I just came in to say hi.
Okay, gee. All right. You're not gonna stay? Okay.
Tie-Dye says Ima just moved to Norway to be with my boyfriend
Too
TBH.
much information.
Okay. All right. All right.
Bye.
He's gone. Okay. Gee, he's gone. I'm not sure I quite caught the last thing he said. I didn't quite hear it.
Braden Waverkan says I've heard about the 19th. I have a bunch of people on TikTok like Cryptic that I can't watch anywhere else.
Yeah. Okay. So this guy I was talking about, he's got this plan to load up an eSIM, and basically what he's saying is he's converting his account, his TikTok account, to be a UK account. And what his plan is, get the eSIM going, get a UK phone number. He got the UK phone number. He has a legit UK phone number now for his eSIM. And what he's going to do is change his phone number on his TikTok account to be the European phone number. And of course, then that means all this data will be in the European server. Now, I commented
Tie-Dye says my boyfriend says I should sleep if I'm sick. But it's midnight and I have insomnia.
Oh, you have insomnia. Well, okay. If you can't sleep, you can spend the time here with me. Listen to me ramble on about stuff. But anyway, so he's trying to come up with a plan with a lot of TikTokers who follow that to convert their accounts to European accounts. And I didn't want to rain on his parade, but I write.
Braden Wavercan says it's 1:48 and I can't fall asleep. By the way.
Okay. Well, you can hang out here, no problem. So I didn't want to rain on his parade too much, but I said, I'm a software engineer and I write software that manages data centers. I said, you're talking about moving your data from data centers in the United States over to the UK or Europe, wherever they store that stuff over there, right? I said, you're talking about data, including videos. I said, that's going to take time. That's going to take time for them to migrate all that data from one continent to another continent. And if even just say if 1 million users do this, it's gonna be impossible. It's not gonna happen. If indeed the service gets shut down on Sunday, I think it's too late if you're gonna try to migrate your data over to a European country, especially if a large number of people are gonna do that, right? So if that story is true, I don't think we'll lose our data. they'll just shut down the servers or shut down access to the servers or just have a standoff with the government. You know. But with that said, the other thing that happened a little bit after that story is I get the creator network I'm in sent a message to the creator network for all of us. So it's a message from TikTok to us. And, you know, it's a lot of words. It didn't say a whole lot, but it was just saying, oh, just business as usual. You know, just keep going, and they're gonna keep doing the payouts. You know, people who rely on the income from TikTok, they're gonna still get paid. The money's still coming. And, you know, basically it was that kind of stuff. And they said they're just gonna, you know, it's gonna be business as usual. So, you know, maybe they've got another plan, and maybe nobody has to do anything, right? And things will just be the same. I don't know. They didn't spill the beans and what their strategy was, at least not to us, you know. So, like I said, nobody knows what's going to happen. All I did was just list stories and possibilities that I've heard and come across, and I'll explain how would go down in each of those scenarios. I don't know what's going to happen. Nobody knows what's going to happen. Nobody can say exactly what's going to happen. What TikTok is telling us is they're like saying, "Don't worry about it. We got a handle." You know. That's what they're telling us. Forget about it. So, you know, I don't know exactly what to tell you. I don't know
Braden
exactly what's going to
Wavercan
happen.
says, hypothetically, if you log into your computer and open up a certain VPN, I know of you can almost instantly move your data to another country, so you could just use that VPN
No.
every time you want to use it.
Okay, so that doesn't... Okay, so using a VPN doesn't move your data. It just changes the location where you appear to be from. That's all it does. So it just changes your... so you have your IP address, like a United States IP address, right? When you use your VPN, you can say, "Oh, I wanna connect to the UK," and then when you go and look at other websites or whatnot, it'll look like you're visiting from the UK. That's all VPN does for you. It doesn't move your data, and it doesn't instantly move many terabytes of data from one place to another. That's impossible. So and it may not, VPN might not be enough. You might have to change your phone so that your phone is configured to be in another country, like Canada, for instance. And I've heard a lot of people are doing that. They're reconfiguring their phone, changing the region. Basically, you're changing the region on your phone to be in Canada, right? There are a lot of people are doing that, and there's a lot of people who have already done it. So they're kind of like running the Canadian version of TikTok, I guess. So that's one thing you can do, but I'm not doing any of that stuff. Okay.
Braden Wavercan says, "My bad. Just brainstorming some exponentially weird ideas, loudly crying face."
Oh, no problem. Don't worry about it. I've been a software engineer since the Stone Age. One of my first programs that I wrote, and the very first program I wrote was on a Commodore 64 computer. But the next program, the first program I wrote in college, I did on IBM punch cards. Paper cards, you'd stick in the machine, you'd type, you'd put holes in the card. You go and take it to the card reader, which sounded a lot like a vacuum cleaner. You stick the thing in, and it would suck the cards through. And yeah, it did have like a blower in it because it would like use air to kind of float the cards and separate the cards, so they would like go through the machine without jamming. Yeah, and I've been in technology since then, and I was doing computers before Windows came out, and then later I got out of doing mini computer work and I went into Windows, and then yeah, I've been doing Windows and now data center stuff ever since. So yeah, don't feel bad. It's technology I'm very familiar with. So and it's okay to suggest ideas, right? And I don't shy away from
Braden
that.
Wavercan says, yeah, my dad's a little younger than you, but has the same profession as you.
Oh, cool. Nice. And, yeah, yep.
Braden Wevrekan says I'm also familiar with technology because of my dad.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep, my kids are too. It's funny because I'm a software kind of guy. My kids, they're hardware guys. My two boys, they actually work at Fluke. You know, they do all of the measurement, diagnostic, and electronic type equipment stuff. They do a bunch of cool stuff over there. Anyway, yeah. So the thing is, I'm not doing any of that stuff. I did create a, you know, like a Red Note account, but I'm just kind of curious, and you know, I just don't want to leave any door closed, right? You know, that's why I'm on YouTube. That's why I'm on Twitch. I'm on Kick. I'm on TikTok. You know, I just, you know, multi-platform. You know, if I can get Red Note going, it'll just be another platform on my list of things I do. You know, and I think, you know, I'm pretty optimistic. I think TikTok will still be around for a long time. I don't think, you know, even if they go down for a little bit,
Sonic
I think they'll be
Flurry
back.
says hello.
Hey, Sonic. So I'm pretty optimistic in that respect. There's not very many people who are optimistic, but I am. I'm optimistic. You know. I think it will work out. We'll just have to see, you know. But you know, it's good to have backup plans. That's all I'm saying. It's good to have backup plans.
Death Wolf says, hello, you adorable bean.
Oh, hello. Welcome in. How's everybody doing? I am talking about China and Red Note and all this kind of stuff. Some of you guys might find it interesting, but some of you might find it boring. If you guys want to talk about something else, just
Braden
let me know.
Wavercan says, yeah, you're completely right. I honestly hope the ban gets reverted though.
Yeah, I think it will. Because the other thing is, right, you know, Congress can pass a law, but guess who has to enforce it? The executive branch has to enforce. They enforce the laws. And Trump is, like it or not, he's going to be the next president. He might decide to not enforce it.
Death Wolf says, good, how do you like the new PFP? My friend did it for me.
Oh, well, let me see. Oh, let me see. Oops, don't touch. Grabbing the keyboard and touching buttons, that's dangerous. Okay, let me see. See if I can see it. I have to load up the browser. Oh, nice, nice. I like it. It's kind of a...
Braden Weaver Ken says he may or may not start WW3. Not sure though.
It's, the Death Wolf PFP. Yeah, it's got a nice cyberpunk look to it. I really like it. I really like it. Nice. I think
Braden Wavercon says if it's okay to ask, who did you vote for?
Yeah, sometimes that. Well, I piss off both sides. I voted for Jill. I voted for Jill Stein. Yep, I went green. Didn't matter in my state, Washington State. I mean, Kamala's gonna get the vote in this state no matter what, no matter what. But so I voted green, because that's closer to my sensibilities than either of the major parties. I mean, that's kind of where my name comes from, Progressive Geek, Okay, kind of more of a leftist. I would go by leftist geek, but, I've had Progressive Geek for many years. So it's like, it's kind of...
Death Wolf says I made a video of it.
Oh, did ya? Oh, nice. I'll have to take a look. Can't really right now look at videos, but maybe after stream or tomorrow.
Braden Wavercan says, of course I can't vote because I'm 15, but if I had to choose, I wouldn't even vote smiling face with horns.
A lot of people haven't. A lot of people didn't vote, because a lot of people feel disenfranchised by the whole thing, and probably rightly so. I always try to vote, because I kind of feel it's a civic duty to vote. And I think it's really... So, actually... Okay, so this is my philosophy on it. Voting... people might think voting is most important for, like, president and senators and congressmen and stuff like that, but that's not true. That's not that true. The most important people you vote for are the local offices. The people you vote for say the fire department or your utility district or your local county councilman. Those are the people who are going to have the biggest impact on your life. So it's really important to vote for those guys. Now you might think, oh, they're down ballot candidates, but
Sonic Flory says I don't even go to the polls anymore because my vote doesn't make any difference anyway.
Yeah, but where it does make a difference is the local candidates for the local stuff. That's where it's important. And you know what? Some people might know this, but not a lot of people, not a lot of my fans know this. I was an elected official once. I was elected. I was on the ballot. I was elected for Parks and Recreation Commissioner, and I served I think it was a 3-year term, I think it was. Being a Parks and Rec. It was a lot of fun. And I got to learn a lot, kind of like how local governments work. There's another way you can really make a difference. If you think voting isn't doing it for you, you can run for local office. You can do it. be a Parks and Rec commissioner like I did. It was a heck of a lot of fun. And I got to be the treasurer too. I did the spreadsheet. We had the spreadsheet. I did the monthly reports. You know, I had the previous treasurer kind of show me the ropes. I did the reporting to the state, you know, because every year you would do your sort of like doing your taxes, but you do the reporting to the state. Your local government will report their revenue and their expenses and stuff, and they'd you know, just to make sure everything's all in the up and up, you know, report that to the state. It was a lot of fun. So if you want to do a little more than just vote, you can actually run for something and win. In my case, it was really easy to win because I was the only one who ran for that position.
Freedom Weaver Ken says, yeah, I understand that. Presidents don't really affect us if you think about it. What does affect us is school systems, local governors, local fire and rescue. What matters are the ones near us.
That's right. Exactly right. And yeah, a lot of people run for like the school board and stuff
Sonic
like that.
Flory says, luckily or unfortunately, I live in a country that is currently going down.
Oh. Well, if you ask me, the United States is going down. It'll eventually get there. It'll be a ball of flames. It'll be... It's unsustainable, right? People can't even afford to go to the freaking doctor anymore in this
Braden
country.
Wavercam says her.
Sonic Flory says name of the country is Germany XD.
Oh, yeah, Germany. Yeah, both Germany and France. Oh, it's really interesting stuff over there where they'd like... It's like France, it was like a vote of no confidence in the government over there. So it's just like, boom, they're getting a new
Braden
leader over there.
Wavercam says LA is what's really going down. That place is on fire.
Oh, they're actually literally going down in fire. Yep, that's for sure. And Germany went through the same thing. I don't know the exact details, but it was a similar kind of thing as France. It's just like a no confidence thing. It's like get the bums out kind of thing. So I don't know what they're doing, if they're just re-electing everybody and just going through the whole process, or what's happening over there. I wish that we could do that here, but you know, the corporate elite just has such a stranglehold on everything. It's really tough. Really tough. Not impossible. I mean,
Braden Wavrakan says, I'm very saddened to say this about our own country, but we might lose an entire important state.
yeah, I know. I worry about it all the time. I worry about my kids being in it. You know, I told my kids, I said, you know, if you feel comfortable doing it, move to another country. I said, find another place if you think you'd like to live. You guys are young enough, you could go and get citizenship somewhere else. And I said, you could probably do a lot better for yourself than you can here. And of course they don't want to leave their parents. They don't want to leave us. And I'm too old really to get citizenship in another country. A lot of countries have age limits and stuff. So, but you know, I put that on the table for them. I said, you know, you guys will probably do... I mean, if you really want to improve your life, go somewhere else. Just a suggestion to them. they're passing on it, but you know, thought I would throw it out there anyway. is hopefully when they turn 40 or 50, they won't think back at it. It's like, dang, we should have done that. I mean, hopefully things get better here, but you know, it's gonna be, you know, Revlon, yeah, Revlon. You know, the beauty product, yeah, Revlon, yeah. There's gonna have to be a Revlon here, I think.
Braden Wavrakan says, I have a small question. What time will your stream start tomorrow?
Okay, yeah, I've been very bad at starting my streams kind of late, and I've got them scheduled to start at 10 p.m. Pacific, and we're in standard time right now, so that's 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is Seattle time, basically. So if you look up the time in Seattle, 10 p.m. Right now, the last couple streams I've been starting closer to 11 p.m., kind of later. I've been trying to do earlier. I thought it was going to be earlier today, but
Braden Wavercan says, what time is it for you, RN?
for me right now, it is 11 minutes after midnight, so 12:11 a.m.
Sonic Flores says, do you live in the USA?
Yeah, I live in the USA. I live near Seattle. You know, Space Needle, all that stuff. You know.
Braden Wavrican says, so 8 for me.
It's 8, okay. At 8 in the morning. I'm gonna find 8 a.m. or 8 p.m. Probably 8 a.m. So you're probably. It might be like if you lived in Alaska, it might be earlier in the evening.
Braden Wavrakan says, RN, it's 2:12 a.m.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Sonic
so that,
Flori says, then my condolences for you in 3 days regarding TikTok.
yeah, well,
Braden
we'll see.
Wavercan says, but 10 for you is 8 for me.
Yeah, so you're in Central Time. You're in Central Time, middle of the country kind of thing. Well, like I said, I haven't given up. I haven't given up hope. I am optimistic that something will happen in a positive way, despite our government's incompetence. But you know, we'll just have to see. We'll have to see. You know, I've got other things going on. Like I said, you know, I'm on YouTube, I'm on Twitch, I'm on all these other things. I'm even on Red Note now, the Chinese app. I'm on there now too. I'm on Blue Sky. I'm on Lemonade. Go find me. Lemonade is really hopping. I can't hardly keep up with the people. I'm trying to follow everybody back on Lemonade, but you know, every time I open up the app, you know, I have like 20 some new followers. I'm going through and trying to follow everybody back. Sometimes it'll say, oh, I'm trying to follow too many people in a short amount of time, so I have to wait a while to try to follow people back. It's really hopping over there in Lemonade. So I you know, if you're not going to, if you're not setting up like a Chinese Red Note app,
Braden Wavrakan says, I'm gonna head to bed, my friend. Happy to say I'll talk to you tomorrow night. Good night, progressive beaming face with smiling eyes.
Okay, good night. Yeah, and take care of yourself, man. And you have a good night. Get some rest. And yeah, Lemonade has been really cool. I've been, you know, a lot
Braden
of my,
Wavercan says you too.
yeah, and a lot of my streamer friends, a lot of my fans, you know, they're going and creating Lemonade accounts. It's just great. We're following each other over there. So we'll be partying over there for sure. And also on Red Note, we'll be partying over there. And we do YouTube too, and Twitch. You don't get a lot of activity on Twitch, but sometimes I do. Twitch kind of like yours, it's kind of like it's kind of like the ocean. There's tides, Sometimes the tide comes in and it's great. Sometimes
Sonic Flory says somehow it really
quiet.
triggers me when every TTS sounds different. Some in English, some in French, etc.
Oh, yeah, it's the different voices. I mean, it's not speaking those languages. Yeah, I'm using yeah, my text-to-speech runs through Microsoft Azure. It's Cognitive Cloud Services, they call it. I have my text-to-speech running through that, and there's hundreds of different voices, and I have it set up to be random. And I just make it random voices, kind of spice the life, Now, I did have to filter out some of the languages, some of the voices, because some of the voices actually were not intelligible. I don't know if it was like actually trying to translate what was being said, or if it was like the accent was just too way out there. So I did filter out a lot of the voices. So yeah, sometimes you'll hear like an Indian sounding voices. I mean, I gotta filter it more, but some people think it's kind of cool. Some people might not. There might be a way to assign voices to different people, so that everybody has the same voice all the time. I haven't. Supposedly that's a feature, but I haven't got that to work yet. But one of the other things I'm looking
Sonic
at...
Flory says there are people who still use Microsoft Edge. Oh, I deleted mine during the PC setup.
Oh, okay. Well, I work for Microsoft, so I use Edge a lot. And it's actually pretty good, actually. I mean, it works a lot like Chrome. And I use Copilot AI a lot because I have to for work. And plus, I use Copilot frequently for my creative stuff that I do for my channels. Yeah, I mean, that's what I do. Got Windows 11 running here. I use Windows 11 to run my streams. Now I run multiple browsers. I'll have like 4, 5, 6 different browsers installed at a time. And yeah, I use Edge, but guess what I'm using for monitoring my Twitch, YouTube, and Kick and Trovo streams? I'm using the Opera browser. The Opera browser actually is pretty darn good. It's come a long ways. The Opera browser is pretty good. I used to use Ice Dragon. I don't anymore. It was like a flavor. I do use Brave. I have Brave browser installed. I use different browsers for different things. The life of a software engineer. Especially that works on web applications. A lot of times I'll work on web applications and I'll need to test it on different browsers just to make sure it works, Yeah, I use Brave. I use Opera. I use Chrome. Some people don't use Chrome because it's too Google specific. They'll use Chromium. Chromium's another great choice. And I use Edge. And I use Copilot. Yeah, that's the stuff that I use. And I have an Android phone, but I do
Sonic
have...
Flory says Trovo stream you dine and laugh.
What's that say? Yeah, I know. I'm doing Trovo. Actually, I don't really, to be honest, I don't really understand Trovo. I started streaming to Trovo.
John Clapper says, "I'm back, pro. Sorry, I forgot you were still streaming."
Oh, you forgot I'm still streaming. What's going on with my stuff? Giving a bunch of it's doing that thing again where I can't view the desktop through my headset. Oh well. I hate that when it does that. Okay, yeah, Trovo. I mainly
Sonic
did it
Flory
because
says, do you know the dark side of Trovo?
probably not. All I know is that Streamlabs supported it one time. I don't use Streamlabs anymore.
John Clapper says, "Probably you're not gonna believe this."
But I did create a Trovo account and I streamed to it. But I don't really get it because it says like casting spells or something over there. Cast a spell, and I don't know. You're in competition. I'll see like messages that says, "Oh, you're in a tie with so and so." I don't really know what that means, really.
John Clapper says, I found a website where you come and chat with animated characters.
Oh yeah, there's all kinds of that stuff, I'm sure. But you can install AI companions on your phone now that you can have conversations with. Yeah, there's all that kind of stuff. Yeah, so I believe it. Yeah, there's a ton of that stuff. Yeah, so I'm not sure if I'll keep Trovo.
Sonic Flory says Trovo is supported or paid for by gambling as far as my information is.
Gambling? Maybe. I don't know.
John Clapper says, and I found something really funny.
But I don't get a lot of activity over there, so I might drop Trovo eventually. Kick, I sometimes get activity on and sometimes don't. So it's just kind of a mixed bag. So, I'll keep doing Kick. Some people have been really successful with it. I haven't really seen it.
John Clapper says, question pro.
Okay, what's your question, John?
John Clapper says you like cinnamon rolls.
Oh yeah, I love cinnamon rolls. I just can't eat them very much. Too many carbohydrates.
John Clapper says I saw this short video where this guy kept saying cinnamon roll wrong and it was funny as heck.
No, he kept saying cinnamon roll wrong and incorrectly. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes Steam VR will do that. I'll hear like a doo-doo, and then I can't pull up my desktop and my headset anymore. I have to lift up my headset so I can see what's going on with the streams. Okay, I see VR Alpha there. I see Ezra Fluff. I see Christian, Arthur.
John Clapper says he kept saying cinnamon roll.
Oh, he said it backwards. Simonin. Okay, yeah. Or cinnamon. Yeah. Some people do that. Sometimes it's a locality thing, Just like in the Northeast, like in New York and that, people won't say...
John Clapper says yes.
So they say like they want to ask a question. They won't say ask. They'll say ax. Can I ask you a question? Kind of thing. Yeah, sometimes it's a regional dialect thing. Just like you know, I especially when you talk about, I like to say caramel when I talk about caramel. Some people say caramel. I think the caramel came from is that there was a brand name of caramel that was, the brand name was Caramel, Karmel.
John Clapper says he sounded like he had a Kentucky or Tennessee accent.
Yeah, that could be. It's like, you know, when you have facial tissue, you know, some people call it Kleenex. Pass me a Kleenex, you know. Well, that's a brand name. And that's the other thing. I didn't know this till recently. Like my grandma and stuff.
John Clapper says, well, Pro, it's after midnight. I'm gonna get to bed now.
Okay, John, have a good
John
night.
Clapper says, have a good one, man.
Yeah, you too. You know, my grandma, you know, when she was alive, she would call the couch a Davenport. You know, didn't know why. Just a Davenport. But it turns out that was a brand name too. It was a brand name for a couch. It was a Davenport. A Davenport. I don't think that term gets used much anymore, but it got used a lot when I was a kid by my grandparents. Have a seat on the Davenport. You know, it sounds weird now, but I mean that's what she said, you know. Oh, I really should go through this video and make clips of all these little things. It takes time though. I don't know. I saw this AI thing where it's like, oh yeah, just feed it your video and it just makes like 10 clips out of it. Like, how does it know what to pick? How does it really know the good stuff, you know? I haven't tried it yet. Yeah, it is 12:30, so I probably need to think about wrapping up the stream here. I'll have to lift up my headset again so it'll look like I'm looking at the ceiling, but I mean it's just, I don't know, when it does that weird thing where I can't look at through my monitor through the headset, then I have to do it this way. Okay. So usually I do is I just shut down things one at a time. Oh, I got followed.
The Geek got a new follower.
Oh,
Time for a shop.
Following. Ouch. Ow. Thanks for following there, Vex, over there on the purple platform. Welcome, welcome. Just, I don't know. It's just, I'm so happy when I get follows over on the purple platform. It's really nice because I'm really trying to become. Yeah, I know that there's a whole Admageddon thing going on over there, but I still would like to kind of get affiliate over there one of these days. One of these days. And yeah, it really helps a lot when you follow over there and show your support over there on the purple platform. Yeah, so but yeah, I might Rappa, Trovo. Yeah. It's really easy to click on, but I don't. I've been doing it for more than a year, but I haven't really got anything from it, so I might get rid of it. I was doing D-Live, but D-Live started crashing on me. I'll have to figure out what's going on with that, see if I can get it going again. There's more coins you can get. I don't know if anybody's doing the get command, but you see those coins floating around my head? You can put in !get in the chat on TikTok anyway and get those coins. I think I'm seeing Blaze on my desktop. Okay.
Put the headset back on.
Yeah, okay.
Progressive.
Well, yeah, the Steam VR did that thing where I can't look at the desktop through the. Every once in a while it does that. It'll do this bloop, and then I can't view the desktop through my headset anymore. I have to lift up my headset to see what's going on. Welcome, Blaze. How's it going?
To fix my VR problems because my Starlink satellite dish went out and I had to get a new one.
Jeez. Oh jeez.
The new one's doing a lot better at melting stuff.
Oh, nice, nice.
But I remember you messaged me on Discord saying you missed me, so I was like,
oh yeah. Yeah, thanks for joining. Yeah, we had Rut
trying to get other goobers to join.
Oh yeah, it's always nice. Retro was here for a little while, but he had to go to bed. I got a lot of people from like the eastern part of the United States. It gets late for them.
Accept the invites for your group.
Oh, there's requests. Let me see.
Yeah, Mimi and another member from my group want to join so they can come in.
I got CC Shake Cat is what I got.
Yeah, that's Mimi.
Okay. But I only got one so far.
Yeah, the other one's in another world somewhere.
Okay.
They'll get to it when they get
Well, they're in, so they have to just look for the instance and join it.
I may have tempted them into wanting to try getting Slime VR, so they're looking at that.
Yeah. The trackers. There's a lot of advantages to the Slime VR. You're not having to have the base stations. That's kind of a big plus.
Oh yeah.
They're there.
Do you think that's a question for Blaze?
It's nice to be able to just walk through the house, go get a drink, and then come back. I don't have to be limited.
Oh yeah. There we are. Hey.
Unless you're one of those weird people that have like base stations all through the house.
Okay, you must have a good trust because I can see your avatar already.
Yeah.
Wait, should we leave Discord?
I've muted myself.
I'm guessing you already did.
I did.
There we go. What to do?
Wrong button.
My foot's not lined up.
Oh. Yeah, if you want to be able to...
That can happen.
If you want to be able to stand on stuff, you need to turn on collisions over there. So, I think I already had your avatar set to show. Did we meet once before somewhere?
It was... Not that I remember.
Yeah. I mean,
I only heard of you from Blaze.
Yeah, we might
so-
have been at some Blaze event in that world they were working. I don't know if they ever did finish that Blaze getaway world or whatever it was. Or Cosmo, whatever. You know that world.
Cosmos Reality.
That world you guys were.
That's a world that someone else tried to make, but incorporated me into it as just a fun
Oh,
thing.
okay. Did that ever?
It's not an official
Did it
Cosmos
ever
world.
get finished?
I'm actually designing and making an official Cosmos Reality hangout world, but it's going to take most of the year to make it.
Yeah.
Because I may have gone back to like 10 years ago and grabbed Google SketchUp and made the entire world in
Oh,
and
nice.
And gave it to a friend for Blender so we can rig it for VR chat.
So this one is like, well, so like this one is a base world that I bought and I just customized it.
It was a case of like, I don't know how to do Blender, but I do know this
Yeah,
program.
yeah, the SketchUp, yeah. Yep. Well, as long as you get that,
Because that does STL files, which work
yeah,
great.
if you get that FBX, you know, or STL is great for 3D printing.
Why does my game feel like it's stuttering? That's weird.
Well, maybe it's because Blaze is,
Maybe
yeah,
'cause I hit you
Blaze
on
is
the head.
booping you on the head. That's, you know.
No, I mean like when I look around, it's just like how do I describe? I'm really bad at this.
Well, what's your frame rate? Right now, mine's running up.
N/A.
Like always.
Mine.
It's terrible like always.
It depends on which way I look, you know. Like you'll go 40-ish or sometimes less.
I definitely think that's
Hello.
the VR chat thing.
That is some interesting wall art.
Oh well. Okay, so you want to hear the
Hello.
story behind it? So I got this world. Okay, so that's Xander's avatar, one of his avatars there. Let me go ahead and stand up here.
Like a Dira model based on the leg.
So when I bought this world, there was a butt picture over here, and I said, okay, well, I'm just gonna put my own butt picture there, and so that's what I did. Oh yeah, Boop's here. There's
pictures.
There's Archangel there, and there's oh my god, why am I having trouble with names right now? These guys are streamers.
I felt that.
Those guys,
don't worry.
these guys are streamers. There's Pizza and Dave Fam in that one, and then here's the Shadrea. Cyber's in there. This is my Nova in this
I've been
picture.
in VR for like a month. It feels weird.
Yeah.
I haven't been in VR in a while.
So I can see all your avatars. I want to see all of them.
Oh yeah, and then if you want to comment, if you want to see my public avatars and Shadrea's public avatars are in here. Those are my Pavalis that I made. They're PC only, but Shadrea's Halloween stuff is PC and Quest compatible right here.
There is a lot of
There
Glaceon
is.
in here.
So I said, hey guys, send me pictures so I can put them up my world, and Boop sent me a ton of pictures. So he gave me lots of material.
I have a Paul.
Oh, nice, yeah, nice.
I honestly think that the Paul Volley is the best of Volley base.
It's pretty darn
me, though.
cute, and like this one here, this is my winter one, which
and the best feature of it all, and the best feature of all of them, it has the beams.
yeah. Well, so is my stream camera. Oh, I should.
Thank you. I feel like I'm missing out.
So this, yeah, it's still.
I'm missing out. I can't.
It's still
see it.
loading.
You can see mine.
Okay. So this one has
Yeah, I can only see yours.
yeah, I didn't make a Quest version. But if you're on PC, you can see it has translucent wings. You can see through them. The hair looks like icicles. Because it's winter, so this was all like snow and ice is what I had in mind when I designed this thing, and I kind of like it.
Well, it's adorable. I like the color scheme.
Yeah. And I kind of was inspired by Kuza. I don't know if you know who Kuza is, but they have like a white Avali. And so I used that as an inspiration, but I added the icicle look to it as well.
I have a Ronsei avatar.
Oh, okay. Wow. That.
Where did you have the photos be sent to you?
Just DM me on Discord. Yeah, if you have photos, I've got more worlds.
I thought you had like an actual like chat in your server where.
Well, they can send it to me there, but
I was about
Boop
to
sends
say.
them to me in DMs. A lot of people send them DMs. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was about to say it definitely seems like a thing that you would have to post on Discord for. That's
Yeah, it makes it easier. I could download it, and usually what I do is I load it up into Photoshop, and I usually, because a lot of them are via chat pics, and so I like brighten them up and do color correction and make them look really nice and sharp. Just like this one here. That one's one of the pieces avatar that I thought was really cool, and I did a lot of work on that one to get it really colorful. Yeah.
I go back to my other avatar now.
I was tracking my camera here. My camera is over here somewhere. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So, yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and start shutting down some of my streams. I have to do that with my headset off now because of the glitch that just happened. Which means I have to put my glasses. I have corrective lenses in this headset, the big screen headset, which is really nice. I don't have to wear glasses underneath it because the glasses are built in, essentially.
Totally need to do
let's see. Yeah, so we'll take down Trovo. Yeah, I don't know. I just might get rid of Trovo. Nothing ever happens over there. And some people don't like Trovo. There's nothing happening on Kick right now either. Okay. Twitch.
Do your hands ever just get cold while gaming?
Cold while gaming? Well, they will get like sometimes I'm playing like Warframe or something. Especially my left hand will get kind of stiff and sore. I have to like kind of shake it off. That's probably partly of I'm probably tensing my hands too much when I play some games, and I probably need to kind of like try to correct myself on that to kind of have a more relaxed stance. It'd probably be better for me. Let's see. All right, everybody on Twitch, thanks for sticking with me. Have a good night over there in Purple Land. Okay, and then what we got on the red platform? Maybe one person over there. Okay, red platform.